Hi, welcome back everybody, and time to look at the markets. Great day, very good day for me personally. I very much hope it was for you. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So the S&P 500 futures went to the bottom of the fifth play zone and has come back up, but we're still at an hour of closing as I make this film. We need to close above that open yesterday at 12.93 for this to be convincing. If we do close above the 50 MA in a hammer-like bar, that's good, but I've seen markets roll over where they can't get through the 8. So if we get trapped between the 8 and the 50, then this could be a problem. We do need to get just a few more points above here today. US home sales were weak, so let's see what the last hour gives us. Okay, dollar index, we have this doji-like hammer-like bar down here on the dollar index daily. So it's a new low, close above next day, but we've still not got back above the 8 MA, so it's still very weak, but it has changed the dollar landscape somewhat. Let's move down to these pairs. So several members took their longs off close to the highs, and in the room we traded it and got 100 plus points out of a possible 130 points. Very nice move right down to the 8 EMA. Talked about this in the room, and we got there pretty quickly. There was one other pound pair that was even better, and that is the pound Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar had a very good day today. We'll look at that in a minute. Look at this key line here at 164.83. So we just closed above it yesterday. And again, look how it didn't close above the 8. This is an example of what can happen when a market can't get above the 8. And so we had a tremendous drop of 180 points plus on this one today. Closed below the 50 MA. I'm not touching it because it's a massive bar. You can't go short this one. Well, you could. The risk-reward ratio is probably even less than 1 to 1. So talking about Aussie dollar pairs, let's look at this Aussie US. This Aussie US is somewhat trapped in a box at the moment. This is a really nice hammer down here that I didn't call, which I will freely admit, but we are just above resistance there. It could bust up, but I wouldn't, if you're not in it, I wouldn't trade it from here. One that I am in, and you may be in, is this Aussie dollar CAD. The weekly is very, very nice on this one. If you're not in it, I think there is an opportunity for you if you're prepared to see if we can get a pullback to about 30%. If we can get a pullback to 99.27, but you're going to have a stop right back there at 99.16, at 98.16, and on the prospect of a breakthrough the resistance here. This is a daily. This is a big bull flag. If you pan right out, that's the Aussie dollar CAD. And what else have we got here? So some of us are in the Euro CAD. We're still bullish, but increasingly looking weak and struggling up here. So it's a wedge breakout, so we've taken profits off, and we've got another sort of lower close down here, although it is holding the 8, so just standing aside from that one at the moment. Euro US, got some points out of this today, but didn't drop anywhere near as hard as the pound, but that's a very hesitant bar up there on the daily, and gap to the 8, and we got the subsequent drop, but not quite the close to the 8, so it's still holding up. I am not in a position not trading that one at the moment. As for the pound, sorry, just back to the pound for a moment. No swing trades here, but if we start to get back down to the 50 MA, then we will reassess. If we can't hold the 50 MA here, then this is in trouble. So a quick look at some of the yen pairs. Now that close below the 8 is ominous. We could see that one drop to the downside, but let's stand aside that one because of the situation with the yen. So the yen strength showing through today, so similar to the Euro US, I would not trade that. Just standing aside and seeing how that one fares. US dollar CAD, took a position in this which didn't work out today. It was a 60-minute setup really well, but that resistance just was too much and it just didn't work out. Small loss on US dollar CAD. Power CAD back through the 200 EMA and back on trendline support. So to sum up the Forex then, the only chart I really like for any sort of swing trade position is the Aussie dollar CAD, and it's made a nice move up there, but there is an opportunity to get in on what is potentially what is a very bullish chart, which could lead to a nice move, but we will see. Otherwise, I'm not getting positioned in any other currency pair at the moment. Gold is just flying. This is the gold daily. We're close to 1440. Oil is also running up. So we held here at 103.11. Looked as if we were going to sell off and then just reversed and we're back up to 105, just below 105.6. The invents showed a build up in reserves, so we've got a gap to the 8 and something of a topping tail up there, so let's see if we get any failure of the lows here. Otherwise it just looks as if all pullbacks are being bought. Very little only 1 or 2 bars of hesitation here, otherwise we are seeing the buyers just step in at the lows on the oil. Grains are incredibly quiet. They are obviously waiting for crop reports. Boom. Let's have a look at Apple. Just shows the importance of getting position in stocks at certain when they meet certain criteria. This is GG. Talked about GG. Unfortunately, I'm not in this. This has moved 170 points and is very good. This HL has been even better. So I'll show that HL in a minute. But this is Logica in the UK. Brought it down here on the trendline support, and we are currently up to 132. So it keeps stepping up here. So looking to see if I can get back up to these highs and beyond on Logica. If you're not in this, you could wait to see if we get a 50-MA break on this. So keep this on your radar and wait for 50-MA breaks, and hopefully I'll show you that when that comes along anyway. This is Cairn, CNE, been talking about this for a while. All this support down, but the massive support here, and we're just broken above the trend line support here, so you can get a pullback. It's 441 at the moment. If you get a pullback about 30% of that bar at about 435, I think this one could run, well, it could at least move up. I think we could break out of this 450 and get back up to 500. I'm looking, my target on this one is 500 on Cairn Energy in London. This is a UK gold miner, HGM, we've talked about. So it sprang right up close to 190 and pulled back again. But just keep an eye on this, because this is really in an apex here. If we get a 50-MA break on a HGM, I will get back in this. Allied Gold, this is a cheapie. It's holding this trend line really well, above the 50-MA. If you can get a break above 40 and then see if we can get a break up to 50. But I like the higher high up here and the double bottom down here on Allied Gold.